Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
What's on our table today?
Great Western Trail.
They recommend you can play this game with 2 to 4 players.
Yep.
Those players should be aged 12 and up.
Mm-hmm.
And it can take you anywhere from 75 to 150 minutes.
Wow. Right on. So we're going to swap the camera around, show you a setup game, play a game, show you how to play.
We'll be right back.
Right on. We're back.
And we're all set up.
We are indeed. We've set up for a 2-player game, and the neutral building tiles we have set up in the beginner's configuration. They can be randomized once you're kind of used to the game. And our own personal buildings are all on the A side, which again is kind of the beginner's way to get used to stuff.
Right.
And then they can all be randomized as you get used to the game. And there is a lot going on in Great Western Trail, so we're going to be explaining it as we go along and play it.
Sounds good.
Excellent. But the point of the game is to get points. And you get points mostly by getting really good herds of cattle, which is our decks, in your hand when you reach Kansas City, and then selling them for huge stacks of cash and more points. Mm-hmm. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do along the way. So to determine start player, there's actually nothing in the rule book, so we're just going to use a chance cube.
Sounds good.
I rolled a 2 right over all of your pieces.
Wrecked my board. I tried to wreck his pieces and rolled right off the table. 2.
1.
5.
It's you. You get $6.
And you get $7.
Yes, money. That's nice. I like the money.
And we start with a hand of 4 cards.
Yep.
So it's actually, your turn is laid out right here.
Yep.
I can move 3 spaces.
Uh-huh.
And if I pass hands in a 2-player game, it's going to cost me $2 for either one.
Correct.
And then it depends on where I land as to what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So I can move 3 spaces, which means I could go 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Or I can just go 1, which is what I'll do. And on this card, I can get rid of a white number 2 cow for $2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. This will be my discard pile up here.
Okay.
$2.
Nice.
And I can buy someone for the cost listed here, adding 0. And if I'm really rich, I can do it second time, but it costs me an extra $2.
And all of the people there cost $6.
And I only have $8, so I can only buy one person.
Yep.
So do I want to buy someone who can help me move my train, or someone who can help me build buildings? Move my train, I think. So I'll spend $6 and I'll get a purple man with a top hat.
Nice.
Now, we each start out with 1 person of each kind.
Mm-hmm.
So I can cover this up. And oh, I covered a bonus. I can discard a number 1 cow to move my certificate cube down 1 certificate.
And those help improve your cattle for market when you reach Kansas City.
Exactly.
Nice.
So that's everything I did for this building.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 cards, and my hand limit's 4, so I get to draw 2 cards more.
Oh. Our starting deck are identical. We have 5 of the really bad number 1s.
The jerseys.
Yep. And then we have 3 each of 3 other kinds. The green Dutch belts, the white Guernseys, and the black Angus's.
Right.
But we want better cows, which are these here. Much better cows. Better cows.
Yeah, they
Okay.
get it. Yep.
So then it is my go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I could also go there and buy people, but I don't really want to buy buildings or conductors, I don't think. So I think I'm going to skip ahead and stop right there, because then I can build a building. But first, I get rid of a Dutch belt for $2, please. And now I can build a building. And how you build buildings is, it's going to cost you $2 for each level of building you want to build. But you also need a number of builders in your workforce equal to the level of building. So I've got 1 worker, so I can build a level 1 building.
So how many level 1 buildings do you have?
3. I have one that is going to give me $2 for every building I have built next to forests. I've got one that I can get rid of a white Guernsey 2 for $4.
Ooh.
And then buy cows.
Nice.
And then I've got one that lets me get rid of a pair of cows for $3 and then move one space. And it's going to cost me $2, so there's my $2.
Paid.
And I am going to build this one right here that gives me the money, and I can put it right there.
That's mean.
It is mean.
Because it's got one of those green hands on it.
That makes you pay me money. And it's on a forest.
Yeah, that's
which gives me money.
Not till you move there.
And then I need to draw a card, and I am done.
So I'm going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to get rid of my green cow
Yeah.
for $2.
Nice.
I can also build one of my level 1 buildings. Now I kind of wanted to put this one up here near Kansas City, so I always get to buy a cow near the end.
Yeah.
Of course, you should buy cows near the beginning because then they're in your discard pile. Maybe they'll get shuffled back in and you might get them before you get to Kansas City.
It's true.
But now that you've put that hand there, I'm real awful tempted to put a hand there so that.
Ooh.
But I wouldn't be in a forest.
You
But
would
every
not.
time I would pay you $2, then you would have to pay me the $2 right back.
Possibly.
But no, I'm going to go with this cow plan.
Okay.
And I was going to put it up near Kansas City, but I'm going to try to play the odds. I'll put it there and see if I can get my new cows faster.
Nice.
Like before I get there.
Right on. Alright, so I'm going to move one space here because that's going to get me $2.
$2 for Justin.
And $2 is nice. That was my turn. That was easy.
So, I can either go by Justin to get to this building, or up to 3 buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and give him the $2, or I can go buy all those hazards and give the $2 to the bank.
You mean the $6?
I can go buy them all because you only have to pay for as many as you can pay for, and then you can carry on.
This is true. You also only have 3 movement points, so you wouldn't make it past there.
True.
But another thing you can do, whenever you stop at a building, either a neutral building or your building or anyone else's building or hazards or whatever the tiles are, you can do a single auxiliary action.
Well, I hate to waste a turn waiting around on your building, but if I pay you $2,
Ooh.
I can do an auxiliary action and get $1 back.
There you go. Nice.
But that wastes some of my turn, really. Your go.
My go. Okay, I'm going to go up to the next building in the line, please. And I can either take an objective card or I can get a certificate. I'm going to take a certificate. I like my cows to be worth lots of money. And for every one of my conductors, I get to move my train one space. So I got one conductor. I'm going to move one space, and it's all the way up there. So I'll be right back. That is my turn. I am done.
I'm going to go to this building too. Whoops. And do the exact same thing. Certificate.
Yep.
But I have 2 conductors, so I can move my train 2 spaces. And you don't even count the space that someone else's train is on. You get to skip it. Now it's your go.
It is my go. Now, the next thing I can do is I can go do some auxiliary actions. I could pay some money to move my train. No, I'm going to skip that. I'm going to go to the cattle farm.
I just realized that at some point I forgot to draw a card.
I can get rid of one of my black Angus cows for $2, so I'm going to do that, which is going to give me $2. There we go. And then how the cows work is we have cows right here, and the price of the cows depends on how many cowboys you have, and I only have 1. So all I can do right now is I could buy one of these red or one of these blue cows for $6, or I could buy a brown cow for $12, which is a lot, but I'm going to do it.
And a brown cow at the end of the game will be worth 4.
Yep.
Whereas these red ones were 2 and these blue ones were 3. So it is a sound investment, maybe, kind of.
It's a lot of money. There's $12.
But it could help you out during the game quickly.
And I've got the only brown cow. And then that goes into my discard pile.
And another thing you can do when you land on the buy cow spot is that you can, for every cowboy, you can add some cows to the herd.
Yeah. But then you can't use those cowboys to then buy the cows.
No, they're used up. So 1 cowboy, you can put 2 cows out.
Yep.
And then the prices are all here, and normally you would put the cows in this section, but we only had so much space. Well, I don't think I want to do those actions because I can't pay $3. I have $1.
Yep.
Because to get rid of this, it would cost me $3. And I don't have any double auxiliary actions. I'm just wondering if I want to stop on the buy cows spot when I only have $1. But I can get rid of a Black Angus for $2. So a Black Angus gives me 2. And should I put some cows out? Might as well.
You do have 1 cowboy, so you can put 2 cows out.
Oh, the cows are here. Ooh. Not as good as your 4-pointer. 2 3-point brown cows.
Nice. I feel much better about buying that 1 brown cow now.
Now remember to draw.
Nice. Alright, so I'm going to move to the next building. And this building allows me to get rid of a pair of cows from my hand. So I've got 2 Dutch belt greens for $4. And then if I wanted to, I could spend $7 to get rid of one of the hazards. But I'm not going to do that, so I'm done.
I'm also going to go to the building Justin's at. I have 2 jerseys I can get rid of for $4.
Nice.
And for $7, like Justin just said, I could get rid of a hazard.
Yep.
I'm awfully tempted to do this one so that I can have 3 movement. And there's not a desert hazard out there to be putting out next turn.
Yep.
So it would help me maybe.
And it's worth 4 points.
Exactly.
$7.
But it's $7. And I have buy cows here and buy people there. I'm not sure what's going to help me more in the long run. But I really don't want to be helping him by giving him $2 every time I have to go buy that. This is risky, but I'm doing it.
She's doing it.
For this one.
She did it.
I'll just put that over here. We can still see them.
Yep.
Now, these can help you get your goals at the end of the game, which we forgot to say this is a goal for the end of the game. I have to have a green TP, and I have to have 2 of these kind of colored
Train stations. Yep. I have to have 2 buildings on the board and 1 hazard. And there's some up here that we can get later on in the game. My go. I'm going to move to the next building, and this is going to let me push my train forward 1 space and then take a double auxiliary action, which I don't actually have any doubles, but I can take a single. Train is moved, and for my auxiliary action, we only have 2 auxiliary actions to start with at the beginning of the game. We can take $1, or we can draw 1 card and then discard a card from our hand. But as we deliver cows, we're going to be taking these discs off our player board and placing them to the different places that we actually get to deliver our cows to, and that will unlock bigger and better auxiliary actions, as well as other things like increased hand size, more movement, more certificates. Whew, okay. So, I moved my train, now I get an auxiliary action. I'm going to draw a card, and then I'm going to discard a card. And I am done.
I'm also going to go on that building there. And I get to move my train 2 spaces.
Yep.
Now, I see that I could go to 4-5.
Yep.
Or I could pull into that train station so that I could get a bonus tile. But it would have cost me $2 to do it.
And 1 of your workers.
Right. And I spent all my money. And I'm not sure I wanted to get rid of that worker anyway. So I'm just going to go 2 spaces. Although, that bonus tile up there would have been really nice. Because it would have given me an always on certificate.
Permanent one, yeah.
And then it looks like for every 2 hazards I would have gotten 3 points at the end of the game.
Nice.
But I have no money, so I can't even consider it.
And there are ways to get those later on, even if you've passed them. Some of the buildings allow you to pick up those bonus tiles even if your train has gone past them, but we're starting with the A side. So we don't actually have any of those special abilities. But it is possible through auxiliary actions or some of the buildings for your train to move backwards. Now the chances of you moving, like wanting to move your train all the way back that far is pretty slim. So you're going to move your train forward twice.
Yeah.
Which means maybe I will stop there to get that particular tile.
Now I get to have an auxiliary action.
Yep.
And I don't have any doubles yet. I think it's smart for me to pick up a card and discard a card. That didn't help my situation out any. It's okay. Now it's your go.
My go. And the only thing I can do right now is I can move into Kansas City to deliver my cows, which is a bummer because I ended up not having a very good hand. That's a bummer. So let's move in here. The first thing I have to do is I have to choose one of those 2 tiles to go onto the board. I'm going to choose the green teepee. The next thing is I need to choose either the cowboy or the conductor to go out onto the board. I'm going to choose the cowboy, and then I have to choose a conductor or a builder to go out on the board, and I'm going to choose the conductor. When I put the cowboy and the conductor out, the conductor went into this last spot, which pushes this 2-point marker down. What that does is at certain points during the game, it's going to add more cows, and when it goes off the edge of the board, that's going to be the end of the game. And there's some ways you can kind of mitigate that depending on what tiles come out.
It's tricky, but you can.
Yep. So I've done that, so now I've got to refill those 3 spots, and Charla has made some excellent little baggies, and there's a 1, a 2, and a 3, so we can keep these in bags and organized without having them all over the table. So now I got to fill those up. There you go. So everything is set up for when Charla gets to Kansas City. And now the next thing I do is I'm going to reveal how many cows I have. I have 2 black Anguses, a 2 Guernsey, and a 1 Jersey. This is not great because when you have duplicates, they don't count. So which means I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could use a certificate to get 6.
But let's see what stations you can get with 5.
So with 5, I can go as far as Wichita, which is station number 4. Wichita, if I get one of my tokens there, and then later on get the next one after that, which I believe is Colorado Springs, will give me -1 point. So instead of going with a 5, I am going to use a certificate, which brings up to 6. So the first thing I do is I get $6. The next thing I do is I get to take one of my discs in Colorado Springs. It has to be a disc with a white border, and I get to put it on Colorado Springs. I'm going to take this one, which is going to increase my card shuffling ability to a double. I'm going to put this on Colorado Springs. Then the last thing I do is I look at where Colorado Springs is, and I go back from that until I reach my train. And every one of the little red X's that I pass is going to be $1 in transportation costs. And that was going to be 3 of them, so I just lost 3 of my dollars.
To the bank.
To the bank. And then I discard all of my cards, and I go all the way back to the beginning of the board. And my turn is done.
Now it's my turn to go to Kansas City.
Woo!
So I think I'm going to put the blue
TP out.
TP out.
Okay.
I'll put, I don't have a choice, a conductor and an engineer. Or a builder, or I'm not sure what they're called. I think the conductors are actually engineers, and the builders are builders.
Probably.
But conductors drive your train, so...
Yep. Makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm going to put them all out now.
People will tell me.
Yep.
Now I get to reveal my cows.
Yeah.
So I have 2 black Angus, so this guy doesn't count.
Yep.
Or a girl. And then I have a 6.
Nice.
So I can go to Colorado Springs.
Yep.
Because I don't really think I want to spend my 2 certificates in case I need them for next time. I got 2 certificates the last time, so I'm actually going to put this certificate out because I don't want to waste the potential of getting extra certificates.
Nice. So you get yourself $6.
Mm-hmm.
I shall place the disc out. Colorado Springs.
Yes, please. Looks like I have to pay $1 to do that.
Yes, you do.
I usually never have to pay $1.
Aha. And then you're done. You draw your cards, and your guy's going to go back to the beginning.
So I only have 3 cards left in my draw pile, so I actually get to shuffle these cards. Which is really sad that I didn't get to buy a cow the last turn. Because now would have been the time I could have got it and then would be set for the rest of my travel.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the first building, please.
Of course you are. And you're going to buy that cowboy.
Yep. I get rid of a Guernsey 2 for $2. And then I'm going to spend $6. So I'm just going to give you a 5. And you can give me a $1 change, please. And then I will buy the cowboy. And now I will have a better chance of buying myself the cows. And I can't afford to buy anything else, so I'm done.
So here's the situation I'm in. I don't have any white cows. So I don't have enough money to buy any of those people. So I don't want to go to that building.
Mm-hmm.
I, again, do not have any white cows to get $4 to help me buy more cows. But I do have one cowboy, so I could put 2 more cows out.
True.
But that's just going to help Justin maybe buy better and awesomer cows.
True.
So do I really want to do that? Because he'll probably get to buy cows before I get to buy cows. And he has an extra cowboy, so he gets a better deal on cows. Oh, choices.
Now you could go to that first building and not take its action and take an auxiliary action.
That's
but
true.
I don't know how much that would help you. You'd be able to draw 1 card and get rid of a card. But if it got you one of those white Guernseys,
cows.
Tricky.
That's true. Do I feel like gambling? Because I just shuffled my whole deck. And the cows that are in there are mostly Jersey cows. So
Yes.
the odds of me getting a white cow are pretty slim. But $4 and being able to maybe buy an extra cow, I don't think I can pass up that chance because I need to get some cows. Because there's no chance for me to get a cowboy until the next round.
And you do want to spend money before you hit my house.
Good point. So I'll stop here to do this action here. I get to look at the card first before I get rid of it, and oh, look what I got. Here we go.
That's a bummer. Let's see. I will skip your house, and I will go straight to the next house. I do not have one of the green 2 cows to get rid of, but I will build a building for $2. So here's my $2, and it has to be a 1 level building. However, if I wanted to, I could build a level 2 building, and I could use it to replace this one. So you can upgrade your buildings.
That's a wonderful idea.
No, I don't like that idea. It's not a very good idea. But what I'm going to do is take this level 1 building and put it right there. Plus, buildings are worth points. Yeah.
It's true.
And I'm done.
So I didn't get it to white, so I'm going to have to skip my own building. I think I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I'll get rid of my green cow for $2. And then I'm going to build a house.
Nice.
And it has to be level 1 because I only have a 1 builder.
Yep.
So let's try to get some money from Justin.
No.
Now if I put it here, he could always skip it because of this right here, and he could put a house and make it more skippable. But if I put it in one of these spots, he may not go by those hazards. It's kind of the same similar situation to that. So let's do that.
Okay.
Put it right there.
For $2. Nice.
And I get to draw a cow. Now I get a white cow.
There you go. My next turn is going to be easy. I'm going to go up here and get myself $2.
Now, do I want to get rid of all my money just so I don't have to give Justin $2? Because it would cost me $2.4
Yep.
to go on that. I don't think I should give myself an extra handicap, so I'll go here so I can get at least $1 back. Because I'll use this auxiliary action on his building.
Interesting. Alright, I'm going to go to the next building. Get a certificate. I like the certificates. And I get to move ahead 1 with my train.
I will also do that with the certificate because I made room for it.
Move ahead twice.
Yes.
I could go get some cows, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to go to the other spot. And let's see, I could get a TP, but that would cost money. I could move my train ahead, but it would cost money. So I can do a double executive action. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. I actually don't have any cards, so now I have to take my discard pile and shuffle it.
And it's funny that you said executive action because we were calling it that incorrectly forever.
Yeah, auxiliary is the proper term, but we say executive because of a different game.
I think it's the gallerist.
Could be. Yes, the gallerist. Executive action, because you have your little executive.
Yeah, so if we say
assistant.
executive, we mean auxiliary.
Alright, so I get to draw 2 cards, and then I get to get rid of 2 cards.
Now, I don't have any double auxiliary actions. And I think I'm going to hold on to the cards I have for a different reason. I'm going to go here and buy some cows before Justin buys the cows.
So you got 1 cowboy.
I do, and I can get rid of this Black Angus for $2.
Nice.
So now I have a big total of $6. Hooray!
She can buy a 2-point red cow or a 3-point blue cow.
Right, those are my only choices. One cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
One cowboy, yeah. Well, I might as well buy a blue one because it's worth 3 points instead of 2 points.
You got it. For $6.
Right, that's all my money. Boo. And I get to draw a card.
Okay. I'm also going to go there. I don't have a Black Angus, which is unfortunate, but I am going to buy a cow. I have 2 cowboys, so I can buy this 3-point blue cow for only $3. I like that. $2 change, please.
So obviously I'm going to stop here so I can get $2 for this house being in the forest. Hooray!
I'm going to stop at your house and give you $2.
Thank you.
Which I was going to have to give you anyway. But this way, by doing that, I can do an executive action.
Do you want $1?
But I can only do a single. So even though I could do this as a double, I can only do it once. So I'm going to take a card, and then I'm going to discard a card. That didn't help me either.
Me?
Yep.
So I'm going to move to this building.
Yep.
So I have a pair of jerseys, so I can get $4.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in the same situation. Am I going to spend all my money again just so that I can get rid of one of those and pay the bank $2 from now on? It didn't work out so good for me because I didn't get to buy cows and have extra money. So I'm going to hold on to my money this time.
Okay.
And I get to draw 2 cards.
Nice. I'm going to move there too. And I got a pair of Guernsey whites for $4. Here's a 1 so I can have a 5er. And I draw 2 cards.
I have to go here so I can do an executive action.
And your train's going to move twice.
Right. In that train station, it would cost me $2 to put a disc there. But it doesn't give me any permanent certificates. It's going to give me $2 and a point for every person in the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay skipping it.
Okie doke.
So my auxiliary action will be to try to better this hand a little bit. Come on. No. Well, I bettered it by 1 point.
I'm going to do the same thing. So I got to move my train 1 space, and I get to do a double auxiliary action by drawing 2 cards. And then I get to discard 2 cards. That did not help me at all. At all, at all, at all. And then you get to go into Kansas City!
Yeehaw! Let's sell these cows!
Okay, so you got a choice. You can put out a water hazard or a water hazard.
And in a 2-player game, they're really identical because one has a black hand and one has a green hand, and it's -2 for each one, so...
Yeah. But it does change if you have a 3-player or a 4-player game.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which one. One of those will go here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pick the purple and the cowboy.
Okay, doke. There you go. Now you reveal your hand.
Right. Look, you put all builders all the time up there.
All builders.
And
all
I
the
did
time.
choose the water hazard that was worth 2 points, only because I didn't think I would be trying to collect it.
Uh-huh.
And if you got it, that's a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Anyway. So my hand, I have 2 Black Anguses. I have to discard 1. So 5. And I think it's 8 to get to Santa Fe.
Yep.
That's lucky. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Nice. So you get $8.
And I have to put a white disc out.
And your train is past Santa Fe, so you don't have to pay any transportation costs.
Right. So I'm going to pick this one so I can have a better chance at reorganizing my hand.
Nice. Because you have a disc in Santa Fe and Colorado Springs, the bonus in between them is an objective card.
Ooh, what are my choices?
Well, this one is going to be worth 3 points, but -2 points if you don't complete it, and it's 2 buildings and a hazard. Then we got a 3-pointer again. It's a blue and a green teepee and 1 train station. A 5-pointer to get to San Francisco, and then another 5-pointer to have a 4 cow, 1 3 cow, and 2 hazards.
I think I'm going to take San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Because you also get a bonus. So these cards are going to end up in your discard. But
Yep.
when they end up in your hand, you can play them out for points at the end of the game, and you get to do that bonus at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So this bonus is 2 auxiliary actions.
Nice.
And the other bonus on this 5-pointer was...
Move 3 spaces and don't pay money for hands.
Oh, maybe I should have that instead because of this.
There is actually a strategy to not using the bonuses and keeping them in your deck. It puts extra stuff in your deck, which is not good because you want to get to the good cows. But at the end of the game, if you have these objectives in your deck, you then get to choose whether or not you're going to try to complete them. And if you choose not to, you don't get the penalty if you can't complete it.
So in my discard it goes.
Right on. All right.
And I come back here.
And you come back there. So now I get to go to Kansas City and bring in my cows. And I get to choose some stuff. I'm going to put out the drought hazard. And, I'm thinking 2 builders? Because really there's no choice. And I put out that one because Charla keeps trying to clear that so that she can get around my building, and I don't like that. And then I get to reveal my cows. I have 2 black Anguses, which is a bummer. So I've got a total of 5, which is not good. And I could use a certificate to go up to 6.
You're already at 6.
That's right, and I cannot put another disc at that. There's only 2 spaces that you can put multiple discs. The first one is Kansas City, which is the worst one and is worth a whole lot of negative points if you put discs there. The other one is San Francisco, which is the best one and is worth a lot of points if you can get there. So, this means I'm going to just stick with 5. So $5. I don't have to pay any transportation costs because I am there. That's nice. And then I got to take another one of my discs. I'll take this one so I can get some more money. And I got to place it in Wichita, which means at the end of the game I will get -1 point. That sucks.
Okay, I get to go here and purchase some people. Hooray!
Nice.
I can get rid of white cow.
Yep.
So I can have extra $2. Hooray!
Cool.
Now I'm going to buy the cowboy for $5. Yeah!
Nice.
It's the best investment I made the whole game so far. There's nothing there, so I don't get to do any extra bonus stuff. But it is awfully tempting with all my big loot of money here to get this other conductor for $7.
You're not going to buy cows?
I'm buying my conductor for $7. And it covers this up. So if I happen to have a Jersey cow, I'm going to get $2 right now. And I do.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's my turn. I have 2 cards, so I get to shuffle my discard pile.
So I'm going to go to the same building. And I have a white 2 that I can get rid of for $2, but you can keep it because I'm just going to buy stuff. 5, 6. So I need $1 back, please. And I will buy this conductor. And do I have a 1? I do indeed, so I get a certificate. And now I have an extra conductor. And I also have to shuffle my discard pile.
So now it's my go, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Okay, I guess I'm done shuffling. Because I'm kind of hoping for a white cow. But I'm still going to go there so that I can buy some cows. So I have 2 cowboys. What's my situation? I can buy a 5 purple cow for $12, which I don't have. 5 cowboys, 3 cowboys, 1 cowboy for $12, which I don't have. 2 cowboys makes me be able to buy one of these cows for $3. That's better than 6. But if I use a cowboy, I could put another cow out. Another 2 cows out.
True.
But it wouldn't help me get any of these cows because I don't have enough money. I have a blue cow in my deck already.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll get a red cow even though it's only worth 2 points at the end of the game. But diversity is the key.
Yep. This is true. I'm going to skip your house and my house and go right to that building right there where I will get rid of this 2 for $2. And you can keep it because I'm just going to build a level 1 house. And it's going to be this one right here, which is going to let me get rid of a 2 for $4 and buy more cows. And I'm going to place this one right... Oh yeah, right there. And I put it over there because it's in the forest, which will make this building even more powerful. And I'm done.
I'm thinking I don't want to get too far behind him on the trail. But I'm also thinking I need help to pay for this thing here. So I'm just going to go there so I can get $1.
Okay. And I'll go here, which will give me $4. I have a 1 here.
So I'll go here, and I am going to get rid of one of my Dutch belts for $2. And I still only have one builder, so I can buy my last level 1 building. That sounds good. Let's do that.
Nice.
So it's going to let me get rid of 2 cards the same for $3 and then move 1 ahead. So let's put it up here in a 4 spot to make this more excellent. So that's going to be the $2 that I got from my green cow.
Right on.
And I get to draw a card.
So I'm going to go ahead to the next building. And that's going to give me another certificate. And then I can move my train ahead 1 space. 2 spaces, because I got 2 conductors.
Hooray!
Nice.
I'm just going to skip by this building and go up here. I
Okay.
owe Justin $2.
$2. Nice.
I get to have a certificate,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to move my train 2 spaces. And I don't think I'm going to get rid of any of my people to take that bonus.
Okay.
I think I just want to go ahead 2 spaces.
And you get 3 spaces now.
Right, because I have another guy now.
Right, I'm going to the first spot, my new building. Yes. Because I do have a Guernsey I can get rid of for $4. And I can buy some cows. And I got 2 cowboys. Which means I could buy, for $12,
A purple cow?
a purple cow.
Oh, that's not good for me. Because that's a good point there. 7 points at the end of the game.
Yes, yes.
Nice. I'm going to go here. I really do need a green teepee, but I don't want to pay $2 for it just yet. I'm going to use this action, though. That's why I went there, to do this twice.
Nice.
So I get to draw 2 and discard 2.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to the next building, the cow buying building. Alright, and I'm going to use my 2 cowboys to spend $3 to buy this red cow.
Now, this is going to probably seem kind of silly, because I don't have enough money to buy any cows. But I need to discard a card so that maybe I can get a pair here, so I can do this and move there on my next turn. So I'm going to discard this cow here for the $2.
Mm-hmm.
I have $6, but 2 cowboys won't give me a brown cow. I need 3 cowboys. I don't have $12. And I can't buy any 3s.
Did you want to put more cows out with your cowboys?
Oh, I might as well do that. Right there is when we would get more cows up to 7.
Hmm.
And then I would just make it go to 7.
True.
But you're right. I don't want to waste my cowboys. So here's a red 3.
Mm-hmm. And if you want, you used 1 cowboy, so you could buy that red for $6.
I already have a red.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm going to do that.
Right on. Put out 2 more cows.
Yeah.
Nice.
A blue one worth 3 points at the end. And another brown. But this brown's worth 4. That's nice. You'll probably end up buying it before I do, though. But now I get to see if I can get... I'm hoping for a jersey. Nope.
I'm going to go 3 spots ahead and give you $1, because that's all I got.
Okay.
I don't have a pair. I don't want to get rid of hazard, so I'm just going to use one of my auxiliary actions to draw a card and discard a card.
I didn't end up with the pair, so I'm not going to stop there. But I'll stop here so I can get my $4.
Nice. And then I'm going to move ahead. And now I get to move my train 2 spaces. And I get a double auxiliary action, so I get to draw 2 cards. And now I can discard 2 cards.
I'm going to go to the next building. I don't have a pair, unfortunately. But I do want to buy a hazard for 7.
Yowzers.
And I'll get a hazard. It doesn't really matter from where. That will be worth 4 points. I might as well get this one because it'll match this one.
Right on. And then I'm going to Kansas City. So I think I'm going to put the green teepee out, a conductor, and a builder. Alright, and this got pushed past the add more cows. So I add cows till they're 7. There's 7. So no new cows come out. And then I reveal my hand. And I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 worth of cows. 10 will bring me to Albuquerque, so I get $10.
And Albuquerque is when you could put a discount from a black spot.
That's right, and I'm going to spend 5 of those dollars so that I can increase my hand limit. And I gotta pay $1 in transportation fees. And I think that is it. I am done. So now I go back to the beginning and I draw my hand, which is now 5 cards.
I'm gonna move right here.
Okay.
So my train's gonna get to go ahead 3 spaces. And I don't think I'm gonna stop there to get that token.
Okay.
And I get to do a double auxiliary action if I have one. And I will use my double one instead of just getting $1. So I get to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards.
Nice.
That did not help me whatsoever.
Alright, so I can't actually buy people because I spent all my money. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and land on my building. Get rid of a pair of black Anguses for $3. And move 1 space. I don't have a green 2, but I can buy a building. Except I only have 1 builder. And I've built all my level 1 buildings. So if I build a level 2 building, which I only have 1 of, I have to upgrade one of my other buildings. So I'm going to spend $2. And I'm going to upgrade this building to that building.
That's mean.
It is mean, but it is the only 2nd level building I have. But it lets me get rid of a hazard for $5, move 2 spaces, and it's going to cost you money. And then I draw it.
So I get to go into Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Well, I kind of don't want you building any more buildings because that makes me cranky now. I'm going to put out the blue house and the 2 purple guys.
Okay.
Now I get to reveal my hand.
Yep.
They're all different, so they all count. 3 and 3 is 6 and 2 is 8. I'm already an 8. Oh dear. And I can't. I only have 1 certificate.
Ouch.
Now I feel really bad that I didn't buy one of those things that gave me an extra certificate. Okay, so I get $8.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to go all the way to Wichita to put my disc in there. That is not nice. Let's do this one.
Okay.
Now this one here allows me to move my train backwards 1, but I get to permanently remove 1 of the cards from my hand.
That's nice. Good way to purge the deck of unwanted cards.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And obviously I don't have to pay anything because I'm way out in the front.
Oh yeah. I'm going to move to my nice little cabin to get $4. Here's a 1. And I'm done.
Well, I am going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to discard this white card so I can have a $2. Now let's see how many people I might be able to buy. Well, I'm definitely buying 1 guy for 6.
Okay.
That's the best price right there. Or that guy up there. So this is going to cover up this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I can buy a guy right now for $2 cheaper.
Yep.
I might as well just buy this guy for $4.
Yeah.
Although that only leaves me with $4, I can't do another guy. But that's fine.
Yeah.
I just bought 2 guys. So I cover this up. If I have a jersey in my hand, I can move this down too. Hopefully I have a jersey. I do! Hooray! 1, 2.
And because you have your 5th conductor, that's worth 4 points at the end of the game. Nice.
Now, so I can draw more cards, I'm going to do this and get an executive action.
Ooh.
I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go back 1 on my train.
Okay.
So I can get rid of one of these Dutch belts out of my hand.
Nice.
And now, it's too bad that was an executive. I could have done 2, but I wanted to do that. So
nice.
I get to draw back up to my 4, so I have to shuffle.
Right on.
Oh, and I played that. It doesn't go on my discard. It goes right here.
Yep.
Duh.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to skip by that neutral building and go right to my building. Get rid of a Guernsey 2 for $4. Got a 1 here. And then I can buy the cows. And I've got 2 cowboys. My 2 cowboys mean I can spend 12 of the monies to get this lovely 6-point purple cow. And I am done. I gotta draw up, but I can't, so I get to shuffle my discard pile.
And I get to go now, so I guess I'm done shuffling. So 2 cards. And I'm hoping for a white cow. A white 2-pointing cow. So I do have one, so I'm going to stop here and discard that white 2-pointy cow for 4 of the dollars. Oops. And I can buy cows. I have 2 cowboys. I don't have $12 yet, unfortunately, and I don't have 3 cowboys, unfortunately. I'm stuck buying another red cow or another blue cow. So I guess I'll just have to buy a blue cow for $3.
$3, 3 points.
And I get to draw up to my hand size.
I have a place to get cows that I can't. And then I have 2 of your spots. I'm just going to have my turn right on your building.
Thanks.
Give you $1. Because that's all I had left. And then I will do a single auxiliary action. So I will draw a card and get rid of a card.
Okay, I'm going to stop on your stupid building. I have to give you $2 because I actually have it.
Ha! Making money.
I'm going to do an auxiliary action, and I'm going to discard a Black Angus permanently from my hand and go back 1 space on my train.
Okay.
And I've decided to go into that spot.
Ooh.
So I have $4.
Yep.
I get to take one of my white discs. I might as well take this one.
Yeah.
And I get to put that up there, and I'll put... Cowboys are so scarce, I have to take a conductor.
Nice.
But I get that other tile from up there.
Right on.
So, what this tile is, I always have an extra certificate, so I have to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the game, for every 2 certificates I have, I get 3 points. So if I'm lucky and manage to get up to 6, 9 points.
Nice. That's the one I always like to get.
I got there first this
Yes, you
time. Ha ha ha.
This is true.
So I think that's it. I get to draw my card.
Right on. I'm going to move to the next neutral building. Because I do have a pair of jerseys to get rid of for $4. And here's one, so I can get a $5.
Man, I'm way behind you. It's not good.
I get to draw 2 cards.
Okay. I'm going to go here. I do have a green cow to discard for $2. And I'm hoping I can upgrade my building. I don't have a lot of cowboys, and there's not a lot of cowboys coming out, so there's no sense in me having somewhere I can get more cows.
Mm-hmm.
So let's upgrade this building. It goes out of the game for this building.
Ooh.
Right there. And that costs me 2 because it's only 1 builder to upgrade it 1 spot.
Yep. Yowzers. Double penalty, please.
Yeah. How do you like it now? And I get another card.
Alright, I'm going to move to the next building, which lets me move my train 2 spots. Because I have 2 conductors. And I get to do a double auxiliary action, so I'm going to draw 2 cards. And then I have to discard 2 cards.
Okay, so now I have to go by Justin's building, and I have no money. Ha 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 ha.
Bummer.
And I'll go there so I can move my certificate down 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to move my train 4 spaces.
Woohoo! I'm going to go into Kansas City. And I'm going to choose the blue teepee and I guess 2 builders? I put out a blue teepee. I put out 2 more of the builders because that seems to be all we're getting. But there is a cowboy coming up soon, maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly. And now I got to reveal my hand, which my hand is quite excellent today. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So $19. And I get to put a disc all the way in San Francisco. I'm going to spend $5 so it can be my hand limit disc, so I can increase my hand limit to 6. And San Francisco is going to be worth 9 points, which is awesome. Now I have to pay $6 in transportation fees.
I don't know how I'm going to make up all this craziness.
Alrighty. And then I'm done and I go back to the beginning.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to take this TP because I need it for my endgame scoring.
Okay.
And I get $1. I'm going to do a double executive action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go back 2 spaces so I can discard 2 cards permanently from my hand.
Nice.
I'm going to discard a white Guernsey and a black Angus.
Nice.
So that's it. I get to draw back up to my hand limit.
I'll go to the first building. I do have a white Guernsey, so I can get rid of that for $2. And then I can spend $6. I'm going to buy a builder.
I don't have enough money to buy a cow, so I think I'm just going to skip this. And I don't think I want to discard my black Angus from my hand, because I'm pretty sure I discarded 2 black Angus permanently from the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to skip ahead to this card. I get to discard 2 cards that are the same for $3. And I get to move ahead 1 space here. And that's going to let me get $4 because I have 2 houses in the forest.
Nice.
That's my turn. And I get to draw 2 cards.
All right, I'm going to owe you $2 because I'm going to go past your building.
Cool.
And then I'm going to stop at my building and spend $5 to get rid of a hazard. And I'll get rid of this lovely 4-point water hazard. That'd be nice. And then I get to move ahead twice, should I wish. I am going to go ahead twice. And I'm going to get $4.
So I don't have 2 cards the same, so I'm going to skip that neutral building. And I'm going to go here. And I get to go ahead 4 spaces on the train and do a double executive action.
Nice.
My double executive action, I'm going to go back 2 spaces on the train and discard a Dutch bell and a Jersey permanently from my hand.
Wow.
And I get to draw 2 cards.
I'm going to go to the next building where I can get a certificate and I can move ahead twice on the train track. All right, so I moved my train and I am done.
I get to go to Kansas City.
Yes, you do. What are you going to put out?
I'm going to put the water hazard and the builder and the cowboy.
Okay. All right, and this moved down past the cows, so we got more cows again. We're at 3, 4, 5, so 2 more cows.
And I get to count my hands. So I have 9. I could increase it all the way to 13, well 12 really, to get to El Paso. But I think I'll just do it once. So I can put a disc in Albuquerque and I'll get a bonus card.
And you don't even have to use your certificate because you get one automatically.
I always forget about that.
Yep.
Nice.
So $10?
$10. And it can be a black or a white disc.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this one so I can have an extra card in my hand and start catching up with Justin.
Nice. And you get a bonus point end game card objective.
I think I'm going to take this one.
Okay.
So that means I really need to get a brown cow.
Yeah.
I get 5 cards in my hand now. It's time to shuffle.
And I went to my next building where I can get rid of a Guernsey 2. And that will give me 4 of the dollars. And I can buy the cows. And I have many of the cows. I got 2 cowboys. But I'm not going to buy a cow. I'm done.
I'm going to go here and I'll discard this white cow to get $2. I'm going to buy some people. The only cowboy is a 10-pointer.
Yep.
That's not nice. How much money do I have? I'll buy that 10-point cowboy.
Wow.
$10 cowboy, I mean. And I was thinking on buying another conductor, but if I discarded a Jersey, I would move down 2, and I can't move down any, so I'm not going to do it. Here we go. And I get to draw a card.
Okay. I'm going to go to the next house where I can get rid of a black Angus for $2. And then I'm going to spend $12, so I'm just going to give you 10 with the 2 that I just got. I can buy a 6-point Texas Longhorn cow.
I'm pretty sure I'm in trouble.
And then I draw a card, and I'm done.
I'm going to go to my own building so I can get a hazard for $5. Where's the most highest pointed hazard? 2 2s up there, a 3 and a 2, and a 3 and a 2.
Yep.
Well, I might as well just keep it with the desert theme for the 3. And I get to move 2 spaces. So I guess I'm going to go to your building. I give you $2.
$2.
I'm
Nice.
going to do this I'm going to do this action. So I'm going to pick up a card and discard a card.
Okay. Alright, I am going to go 3 spaces past your stuff, which means you get your $2 back.
Hooray!
I'm going to stop at the neutral building. I have a pair of Black Anguses, which I can get rid of for $4. But I am not going to get rid of a hazard for 7. So I get to draw 2 cards, but I don't have any, so I have to discard. Shuffle my discard pile. And I'm done.
I'm going to stop here. And I'll have to discard that so I have some money. And I draw back up to 5.
Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is go to a neutral building again. I get to move my train twice. And I get a double administrative action. I'm going to draw 2 cards. And then discard 2 cards.
Okay, so I don't want to give Justin money. It's finally clear enough. I can stop here. Pay $2 to the bank for the hazard. And then do an auxiliary action and get $1 right
Nice.
there.
Right on. And then I'm going to go to Kansas City. TP Cowboy and Builder.
I'm getting really nervous because 3 sometimes is supposed to have hazards in it and it never has the whole game. So it's been going really fast because we keep having to put people out.
Yeah.
I'm probably only going to get to sell cows one more time.
It's crazy.
It's scary. And I took San Francisco.
So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points worth of cows. So $16. So I could actually put it in any of them, but I'm just going to put it in El Paso. Because that's going to give me the same amount of points and set me up to possibly get even more. And El Paso can be any disc I want. It's going to be a movement disc, because that'll give me $3. And it doesn't cost me any transportation fees, finally. Nice. And I'm done.
I can move 3 spaces, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take this TP so I can have $4. And for my auxiliary action, I'm actually going to do this, but only 1 time so I can move my train 1 space back into that spot there.
Ooh. You're going to pay the money and give up a guy?
Yep.
Okay.
So I gave up this guy and this disc, so I get $3.
Nice.
And I was just looking at this thing here. It's going to give me 3 points for every 2 of these cards.
Yep.
And I actually get to do this right now. I can have a TP or a hazard.
Nice.
So I get to choose 3 points at the end of the game, or do I want money right now? I could get $2. I think I'm okay for money for what I need to do.
Nice.
So I'll take this for 3 points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I also just realized that when I did this, I forgot to discard a card. So let's discard this jersey too.
Okay. Out of the game forever.
Forever, and I get to draw a card.
Alright, so I'm going to go to the first neutral building, get rid of a Guernsey 2 for $2, and then I'm going to buy some people. So I'm going to spend $6 to get a builder. Can I get another builder? I don't think I can. Well, I mean I can, but it's going to be crazy
tons of
expensive.
money. Like, you get one for 9. Cost you 8 for the cowboy.
True, I could get the cowboy, but I'm thinking if I get the 4th builder, it'll cover this up and I can immediately build a level 4 building for $4. Why don't I just do that? I'm going to spend $9. And then I get to buy another builder. And I can immediately build a level 4 building for $4. The level 4 building is not that great. It lets me get rid of a yellow 3 cow, which none have come out, for $10 and do a double executive action. Let's put it up here in the forest, because that'll help my forest buildings produce more money. And then I'm done.
I'll go here and discard this Black Angus for $2. And then I have 3 cowboys, so I can buy a 4 cow for $6, which is what I'm going to do. And I'll take this 4 because it's worth 4 points at the end of the game instead of 3.
Nice.
And then I get to draw a card. And it's your go.
Okay. I'm going to have to give you $2 as I pass your house. And then I'll go to my house, where I can spend $5 to get rid of a hazard. But I don't want to do that. So I will go ahead 1 space. I could go 2, but I just want to go 1. Get rid of a Dutch belt for $2. And now I can build a house again. And I've got 4 builders, so I could build up to 4 levels at $2 each. I'm going to take that level 4 building and I'm going to upgrade it to a level 7 building for 5, 6, 7 for $6. And that's going to let me go ahead with the train, and then if I want to bring the train back, I can do some special stuff there, but mostly I'm just upgrading it because it's going to be worth a lot of points at the end of the game. I am done.
I'll go here so that I can get rid of 2 cards for $3. And that lets me advance here, so then I get $4. And I draw back up to 5.
Then I go here, and I've got 3 buildings in the forest, so now I get $6.
I think I'm going to move 2. I can move my train 3 spaces. And then I'm going to do this action so I can pick up 2 and discard 2, so I have to shuffle my hand and hope for no jerseys.
Right on.
I didn't get to discard a lot of jerseys. So this is very risky because this is likely the last time I'm going to get to sell cows. And I need to get a disc in San Francisco.
But you do have a lot of certificates.
I do, but I get points for my certificates at the end of the game if I don't spend them.
True.
So I get to draw 2 and then discard 2. Fantastic. That's not fantastic. I guess I do that.
Alright, so I'm going to go up here. And instead of getting a certificate, I am going to get an objective card. And then I get to move my train 2 spots.
I get to go into Kansas City with this horrible hand.
Alright. 4-point hazard or a 3-point hazard?
3 points.
3-point hazard, okay.
Cowboy and conductor.
Good enough. Alright, and what's your hand of cows?
It's horrible.
It's 9.
9. 10.
Yep.
I might as well spend all my certificates, I guess. That will give me 14. Or if I go 12, I'll get 6 points. But I'm going to lose 3 anyway for not being in San Francisco.
If you go, well, you can spend them all for money, but I'd still go to El Paso so you can get those 6 points.
It's 3 points at the end of the game if I have 2 certificates.
Hmm.
So I'll go 12.
12?
And
okay.
hope that I can get there in time to get one last cow hand, but I don't know if I'll be able to. It's going to have to be this one, because I'll have 5 movement, and I'll try to race up there to get another herd of cows sold.
Yep, yep, yep.
I don't think I'll be able to, because it's going to depend on how many spaces you stop at.
Yeah. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my cow spot, where I can get rid of a Guernsey 2 and make $4.
I'm going to move my 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
$4, please.
And I get to do an action. So it might as well be to shuffle my cards and then draw 2 and discard 2.
Wow. So she's like right behind me already. That's scary. Alright, so for my turn, I'm going to go to my new fancy crazy building, which lets me go ahead 3 spaces on my train. Then it has this crazy power. I can move my train backwards a number of spaces, and then I can take that number of spaces and put a disc out to a city of the same number as if I just delivered. So I never did deliver to Santa Fe, which is worth 8, so I'm going to go back 8 spaces and put a disc on Santa Fe.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a lot of spaces. But now I get to put a disc on Santa Fe and get 2 objective cards. And there is a specific objective card I would like to get. So for my disc, it will be a certificate disc. And I'm going to draw an objective off the top. And an objective off the top.
Did you get the one you were looking for?
Yes, I did.
I think I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 spaces to buy some cows.
Okay.
Just for the points.
Right on.
So I'm going to get rid of this black Angus for the $2. I'm going to try for a purple cow for $12. But I have a cowboy left. So let's draw 2 cows and see if I can get a higher point one. I surely didn't.
Yellow cows finally come out.
Hooray, at the very horriblest time. So
Yep.
I get this cow into here, and I get to draw up to my 5-hand limit.
Had to show off my special building. Lost purple cow. I'm going to go into that same spot and get rid of a black Angus for $2. And then I am going to spend $12. So here's 10 plus the 2 I just got. And I can get a brown cow.
I'm going to stop here and do this action, this action here, but it's only once. Pick up 1 and discard 1.
Gotcha.
Well, that was easy.
So I jumped ahead to the neutral building, which means I owe Charla $2. And I'm going to get rid of 2 jerseys to get $4. I'm going to spend $7 to get a hazard. Lovely 3-point hazard, and I'm done.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to go here, and I get to move my train 3 spots. I'm hoping it will go into the station. It did go in the station.
Yep.
So, let's see here. Which disc? I guess it doesn't really matter, because none of them are going to give me points. I might as well just put this disc. I won't be able to get extra certificates, but I get to have
Points.
5 points at the end of the game.
Nice.
And I get to do a double auxiliary action. So I'm going to draw 2 and discard 2.
Right on. I'm going to go to that same spot, which means my train gets to go ahead twice. And I get an auxiliary action. I get to draw 2 cards, and I have to shuffle my deck. I am done as your go, and you're going into
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
But I was so convinced you were going to race me to Kansas City, I didn't try to cycle through my deck. I guess I wouldn't have been able to get a chance at my 5. But I'm going to be 1 point short for San Francisco.
That's a bummer.
Kansas City.
What would you like to put out?
Blue TP and 2 cowboys.
Okay.
And now we push this off, so I'm going to have 2 points at the end of the game.
And I have 1 more go, and that's it.
So now let's count my sad herd. It's 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. So $17. You don't have any transportation costs. And where are you going to put your disc?
Well, I guess I have to put it San Diego for the extra points.
Okay.
It's a white one, so I'll just put this one.
Okay. 8 points for you. Nice. And then you come back to the beginning. And I have 1 go left. So I'm actually going to get into Kansas City. I don't have to put anything out because this is the end of the game. So I just have to reveal my herd. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, $18, please. $18, and I'm going to place my disc into San Diego, which means I have to pay $1 in transportation cost. And I'm done. And that's it. We're done the game. Now we have to count up all our points and see who won.
I don't think we have to. I think we pretty much know Justin won.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty certain.
We'll see. So we've counted up all of our points on this handy dandy little notepad right here. The first thing you score is the money. For every $5, you get 1 point. I got 3. Charla got 3. Nice. Then you count the points on the buildings that you managed to get out on the board. I got 14.
I have 5.
Then you take a look at all of the scoring for the deliveries that you made across the railroad. I got 22. Charla got 13. Then you take a look at the train stations. I got 0. Charla got 10.
Hooray!
Then you count up points for hazards that you managed to get off. I got 7. You got 14. Then you count up your herd points for all the cattle you managed to get. You got
hardly any.
17. I got 31.
Yeah.
Then you take bonus cards. And the interesting thing with the bonus cards is any of them that are still in your deck at the end of the game, you can look at them and go, I'm not going to make that, and you can get rid of it so you don't have to suffer the penalty. So I actually got rid of one, but was able to claim 2 more.
Right, and I played San Francisco, and I didn't get it, so it's -3 points, so it cancels out this 3 points. So I only got 5 points for that one.
And I got 11. Then, when you take the special station tokens, they have endgame scoring. I got 0. Charla got?
I had 2, but I only got 3 points for having 2 of these cards.
Right. Then, if you manage to get people up to level 5 or 6, that's worth points, but we didn't do that, so we got 0. Up here, if you take your movement disc off at a certain level, you're going to get 3 points. I got none. Charla got 3 points for that. And then finally, Charla was the one that triggered the end game, so she got a bonus 2 points at the end for that token. And she got a very respectable 75 points. And I won with 88.
Well, I guess that's not a huge difference, but still, I knew it the whole game.
It was one of the things that helped me out was right at the very beginning I got that first cowboy.
And then no cowboys came out, so
Yeah.
it was really hard for me to buy cows.
And I just started getting lots of cows.
And the buying of the cows really, I think, is the trick.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should skip into impressions.
There we go.
Yeah, so we were just saying that buying cows is probably one of the secrets to the game, because not only do you get points for your cows, but you're increasing the odds of having a good herd when you get to Kansas City,
Yeah.
which gives you your money and then your points to get up on the track there. So I had a really hard time to ever get high points and high money once I got to Kansas City to sell my cows.
Yeah.
Even though I was like cycling through them like crazy, like I had discarded 2 of each of the 2s.
That's crazy. I almost wonder, like, because you started off with a train strategy where you were jumping ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder if it would have been better to just keep doing that instead of going backwards, because then you could have got some of those train stations.
But I never had the money to buy the train stations because I could never get the cows to give me the points when I was getting into the different places.
Yeah. A ton of builders came out.
Yeah.
Almost like the game was saying you should probably go for a building strategy.
Right.
And I kind of switched over to that late once I had a really good herd and a nice like hand size.
Yeah.
And that helped a little bit because I did get one of my biggest buildings put out, which was a lot of
And the
points.
buildings are worth tons of points.
Yep.
So, and I didn't focus on buildings at all because I wanted to have the whole movement strategy and then the whittling down my deck strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I was always trying to get extra certificates too, which I didn't end up getting a lot in the end. But
Yeah.
I was short 1 certificate to get into San Francisco, which would have given me an extra 8 points. So I would have lost by a little less.
Yeah.
It would have made it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not so sad.
And your movement strategy did work because I was kind of moseying along and you came into Kansas City and then like 1 turn later you were like a building behind me.
Yeah.
And then it became a race.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah. I wish I could have cycled through my deck like 2 more times just so I could have had that chance to get that 5-point cow. Because, yeah, that would have helped me get to San Francisco.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't have won.
One thing that we did not showcase during the playthrough, and it was because the very beginning of the game, when we put out the very first setup of hazards and TPs, there was 1 TP and a lot of hazards. So the thing with the hazards is, if you can get rid of these hazards, there's building spots.
That's right.
And if you can build your buildings there and keep the hazards away from it, those building spots actually give you bonus actions when you land there. But there were so many hazards that by the time we got rid of them, we already had built our buildings other places.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to showcase that at all. But it's one of the kind of interesting things about the game is that every time you set up and play, it's going to be a little bit different, which is going to really kind of change the way you play it.
Mm-hmm.
Just that initial setup right there changed how we were playing right off the bat.
It's true, because when you put your buildings there, like if Justin had 2 buildings, I would always like only just be putting out the water hazards when they were available, not really caring like how many points were on them. Where most of the time I was just picking the ones that had the lowest points because I didn't want him to get points for the hazards.
Yeah.
But then again, it's also tricky because if I'm focusing on putting them there and he's focusing on getting rid of them, then he's just getting points for them anyway.
Yep. And it would change my strategy because there is one of the bonus station tiles that gives you a whole lot of extra points just for having hazards.
Yeah.
So that can change a lot.
And it's funny because they were so far away, I actually thought that this one was 3 points for every 2 hazards. But then when I got in front of me, it was like, oh, it's cards. Well, I'll at least have 2 for 3 points.
Yeah.
But I would have had 6 points had it been for the hazards. It was part of my strategy when I chose it, but it's just because how we had it set up so far away.
Yeah. One of the strengths of the game, one of the things I really enjoy about it is that kind of random setup that changes everything.
Yeah.
So we set up all the neutral buildings in like this is your first game type thing, get used to it, but they can be randomized. All 10 of our buildings have 2 sides, so you flip some of them by random and then you have a completely different set of buildings to play with and different strategies there. And then of course how all the stuff comes out here and how fast the game goes because of it. The level 3 spot does have TPs in it. None of them came out, but if you get some of those TPs, it's not every time you hit Kansas City, it's not going to push that disc down potentially.
Right, because it's up to the person to choose which one they want.
Yeah.
So if you want to push that disc down faster, you can, but if you want to maybe get one more round into Kansas City, you can extend it that way. But there are TPs in here, we looked, but they were mostly just people that came out.
Yeah.
But there's not a ton. There's only 5 in the whole bag.
Yep. Right at the very beginning, I was thinking of doing a cowboy strategy.
But no, Cowboys came out until the very end.
Yeah. So that changes it. So there's so much, like it's not randomness in the game, but it's just randomness in kind of the setup. And then you have to make a strategy and then adjust it as the game goes by.
Yeah, you have to work with what you get.
Yeah. Which is very cool. I like that.
Yeah. Well, it's one of your strengths in games because you're very tactically minded.
Yeah.
Whereas I sometimes, we always say this, I focus on something in the end, and sometimes the tactics, I ignore them just so I can get my strategy for the end game. Which sometimes isn't the smartest way to play the tactical games.
But there is actually something very interesting with this game. There are the end game objective cards, which if you have multiple, you have to kind of, like I've got 2 objective cards that both require 1 hazard. I can't have 1 hazard and apply them to both. I need 2 hazards, and then I gotta kind of put the stuff where it goes to get the points. So you can do that, but then those special station tiles are also end game bonus score. But once you're done these, you take them all off and then you can reapply them to those. So if you want to have like this, like all my points are in the end game, you could rely heavily on objective cards and those. But then you're giving up a lot of stuff that you can do in the game. Just getting those is difficult because you got to get them really early in the game, which requires you giving up your people.
That's the thing too.
That is so hard.
And that's probably, maybe I shouldn't have been giving up my people because I gave up 2 of them. I would have had 4 more points at the end of the game had I kept him.
Yeah.
And I think I only gained 3 points by getting those 2. But I needed 2 of those stations to even get this objective, which ended up canceling that out because I didn't get San Francisco. So there's a lot to balance in the game.
Yes.
Which is very entertaining. Like, it's a satisfying thing to try to balance all these things you're coordinating to get in the end.
Yep.
I don't find it overwhelming, though.
No.
But I think it's because I am used to heavier kind of Euro games.
Yep.
But I don't think we could introduce this to a beginner level player. It might be a little bit much.
It's definitely not a gateway. But one of the nice things about it is, even though there is a lot to balance and a lot to consider, on your turn, you never have to like balance it all. You're only kind of being shown a couple of choices at a time. And plus, at the beginning of the game, there's only the neutral buildings, so there's only a couple of stops.
Yeah.
And then it ramps up slowly, which is also very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But in the game, when I was trying to get all those stations out, there's a point where I was like trying to balance all the stuff, and I had to pay Justin money, but I needed $6 before I got there. I only needed to move my train back one space so that I could put a disc there. Like, I had to like plan 3 or 4 moves ahead just to make sure that I had enough money when I got there. That was a little tricky.
There you go.
And I did all that planning and it didn't even work out in the end. It's a little discouraging. But it's still entertaining to like puzzle it all out.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very satisfying puzzle that changes every time you play the game, which is very cool.
Yeah.
And then when you play it with more than 2 players, and everybody starts putting their 1-level buildings out right away, the board changes and gets congested rapidly.
Yeah, and the movement, I would imagine, is very important to try to get those out as fast as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was also very cool.
All in all, even though this playthrough was a little frustrating, I still really enjoy this game.
Yeah. This is definitely a keeper for SHoR.
Yeah.
Which we have to say thanks to our patrons because they bought it for us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's one of those games, like sometimes we get a game and it's like, this is a good game, and now we got to move on to another game. Great Western Trail is like, this is a great game, and after we're done this review, I'm going to want to play it again.
I might want to play
right
it
away.
tonight just because I want to try to win.
It's an excellent game. Enjoy it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do we end as sweethearts or rivals? We end as
Rivals.
Yep.
Yeah, like almost cowboy shoot 'em up rivals.
Which is odd because other than the fact that you can put your buildings in places to enact tolls, there's not a lot of stuff you can do against each other.
But it's those tolls that really like kind of screw you up because you don't want to give you money to like advance you in the game.
Yep.
And then also like I want to have as least money as I can possibly when I get to you, because maybe then I won't have to pay you. But then I need money for after you, so maybe I don't want to have no money for... Oh, it's just... That is very rivalry. Like, and if they didn't have that part in the game, it would be a very, like, solitary feeling game.
Yeah. And there's other little tiny passive-aggressive things you can do, like... Oh, look at that. I could put a cowboy out, but Charla's going to get there first, and she's going to want it back. So I'm just going to put a builder out, because I know she doesn't want that.
Exactly.
Like little tiny things like that.
Or race, like, there's a cowboy out, and he's a really good price, and I'm going to race there as fast as I can to buy him before Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the leapfrogging with the trains is cool, too.
Yeah.
When you're more closer in, like, your movement
at the
spots.
beginning, yeah. That's really unique when you have like more than 2 players, because suddenly I was like, I moved my train once, and you go like 4 spots ahead. And then little things like, oh, you built your building after those hazards because there's no hazards. Well, I'm going to choose to put hazards there every single time. Things like that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of little things that don't feel like they're big things until they're all combined together. Yeah. All in all, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, awesome game.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
We'll see you in the next video.
Laters.
I don't know how many players or how long it takes to play.
Not in the box.
Hooray!
Not in that box either.
Probably on the bottom of the box.
Probably.
The worst place.
2 to
for
4. 12 and up.
1 million minutes.
All of the minutes.
Your life to play this game.
Here we go. 75 to 150.
So 3/4 to $1.50.
Yep.
Okay. 2 to 4, the scariest looking cowboys you can find.
They don't look scary. They look kind of...
Drugged out?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're kind of creepy. You can play this game with 2 to 4 of the most undead cowboys you can find.
There you go.
Zombie cowboys.
Great Western Trail Zombie Apocalypse Edition.
The expansion.
The expansion. Yeah,
There you go.
we'll work on that.